Hey there, what's up? We're live again. Uh, Sorry I'm really late again today. And I'm only gonna be here for a quick update because it's super late. It's 10 p.m. here, so I want to get ready for bed. I just wanted to have the stream up like usual. At this point, at least, it's quite usual. We haven't had a proper stream in a while. I've been really like back and forth recently. Um, Sorry about that. It's just a lot of stuff has been happening in my life. It's been very overwhelming. So, struggling to deal with it all. Little better today. It's just such a back and forth thing. I feel like one day I'm fine, then the next day I feel like shit, and then the next day I'm fine. And it's weird because I constantly feel like I finally know what to do. Like I get to a point where I'm like, yes, I know now how to feel and what to do. And then I start changing the way I'm supposed to think, changing my entire mentality. And then I go to sleep and I wake up and it all flips on its head again. And I'm like down the shitter again. It's brutal. It's brutal. But it's look, I see it as a test. A test from the universe. A test to see if I deserve everything that's in my life right now. God is testing me. Look, I'm not a religious person, but recently I've really been feeling like there's some kind of supernatural thing happening in my life. Like so many things are happening all at the same time right now that it feels like is too coincidental to just be a coincidence. How can so many things stack up and attack me all at once? I genuinely think that it's some kind of test from the universe to see, can I manage everything? Can I deal with the stress of everything? Do I deserve all of the things that I am being given and that I'm going through? Like, do I deserve the reward at the end of the pain? Can I handle the pain long enough to receive it? And will I use the reward in a way that's positive? Am I worthy of it? That's kind of how it feels. Like everything that's happening, it's all just little bits of like difficulty and challenge and things I want to have and things I want to accomplish. And they're being cranked up to fucking hyperdrive mode in the worst way possible. And it's basically just beating the shit out of me. Like, hey, you still want it? You still want it? Take this. You still want it? And I have to just keep saying yes. Otherwise, I don't deserve it. Hey, Ahmed, what's up? Hi, hi, hi. Hi to you too. Sorry, I was in the middle of a monologue. So, yeah. It's confusing. Life is hard, man. Life is hard. It's funny how, like, sometimes I think maybe humans were not supposed to develop a consciousness. And it was just some kind of, like, abomination that we did. Oh. Kanye. What's the O for? I'm alright. I'm a little better than yesterday. Still struggling, but we move. How about you? What was I talking about? Yeah, life's hard. The consciousness. I don't know, seems pretty sad. Look, it's fine. Life goes on. Life is full of ups and downs. That's part of what makes it fun, right? Because, you know, yin and yang. There's a little bit of dark in all the light. There's a little bit of light in all the dark. It's meant to be this way. And it's this way for a reason. Sure, it sucks sometimes, but it's all part of the journey, you know? Gotta take it on the chin. Enjoy the bad times too. Then nothing can affect you. But yeah, like I don't shy away from from expressing all of this, you know? I think it's important. We don't see enough of it online. I kind of briefly touched on that yesterday. I think it'd be a good thing if people were more open and honest online. I like your life. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, is there anything else I want to talk about? Kind of what I've been going through today. Yeah, the consciousness thing. It really feels like it wasn't meant to happen because it's just, it works against us all the time. Like, why is it that our brain, which is supposed to, you know, make us survive and make us thrive, is also our biggest enemy? It makes you lazy because it wants to take the easy way out. You know, it makes you not want to do things, makes you afraid of things so that you don't take action. It's weird. It's really annoying because literally every single problem that we have as human beings is all in our heads. Every single one. It's all just mental problems. We don't have any, like, look, we've developed a society where it's pretty easy to get food, shelter, water, and to reproduce. It's pretty easy. Really not that hard. So every other problem we deal with is all in our heads. There is no other problem. It's just, do you know how to frame the problem in your mind in such a way where it's not a problem anymore? It's a constant mental battle. That's the only real issues we suffer with. I imagine it's so much easier to just live off instinct. Sometimes I wonder, did prehistoric humans have these kind of social dilemmas? Like, I imagine they probably did to some degree. But it also sometimes seems like life would have been really easy. Like, you just hunt, eat, build a shelter you can stay in, have sex, and that's it. You don't really have anything else to worry about, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. I can't confirm that anyway, but it's just, it kind of seems easier to just live off instinct. Living in your head is hard. It's brutal. You play Roblox? No, last time I played Roblox was like 11 years ago. You look like a person who takes trans rights way too seriously. What is that supposed to mean? Elaborate. I want to know, like, what part of me do you think makes it seem like I give any shit about trans rights? Tell me, I'm curious. I'm always, maybe it is a me problem and I need to change my demeanor in some way. Elaborate, and then we'll see if it's worth discussing. Just have to persevere. No matter what. I like your life. Thank you. I'm glad you still like it. It hasn't changed much in the last few minutes, but glad you still like it. I don't play Roblox though, sorry. I don't play any games on my lives. I guess business is kind of a game. It's just a very difficult game with very delayed reward. It's like if you had to grind in a game to like get past the first level for like a year. That's kind of what business is like. Literally, if you take a game, like, say you take something like Dark Souls, it's like, imagine farming like skeletons over and over every day for like 12 hours for like a year or two, and then you get to play the next level. That's basically what business is. It's pretty brutal. Not fun at all. I think that's part of what makes games so fun, is because in real life, rewards take a really long time. And you don't get rewarded for the things that you do fast. Working out takes a long time to get results. Business takes a long time to get results. Career takes a really long time before you get a high salary. Hi. Hey to you too. Can you say my name? Ahmed? Can I? I guess. What are you doing? I'm just kind of talking like philosophy out of my ass. I haven't done these streams like properly in a while. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've just been kind of inconsistent with the content for a while because I've been really struggling with some stuff. I'm also running out of money. We don't have a lot of days left to get stuff to work, so I've just been working more. I've also been dealing with some personal problems, so it's been hard to keep up with, but it's okay. I know I was supposed to launch that new ad campaign today, but I didn't finish editing all of the videos, so I I need to do that still. Maybe we'll launch tomorrow. I would like that. I'll sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. What do you normally watch? Because I know that sometimes this gets recommended to the right kind of people, but sometimes it gets recommended to like kids who usually just watch video games. So I'm just curious, which one of those are you? Or maybe you're something completely different, something new. I hope I'll be able to get back to the schedule. Oh, actually, I forgot to update. Um, we do have 2 booked calls now. One is tomorrow, and the other is next Monday. So we have a couple of booked sales calls, which is nice. We'll see how those go. See if we can actually help those people. See if we can make a sale, perhaps. I'm only gonna take people's money if I can actually like help them, because I can't help everybody, and I know that sometimes like people get through that who are not our target audience. So we'll see. Where are you from? I was born in Lithuania. I grew up in Ireland, and now I live in Spain. Moved here close to a year ago. How about you? So yeah, we also have about 10 proper leads, I think. I also updated my nurture list, my nurture emails recently. You play Roblox. The other guy just, what's up with everybody playing Roblox? No, I don't play Roblox. Is that just like what everybody does nowadays? Is that the only interest everybody has? Sorry. No, like, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not offended or anything. I just think it's funny. Let me see how many leads we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 leads. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So I'm assuming you're in the category of people under 18, right? Or are you a 30-year-old Roblox player? Those are quite rare, it seems. At least. Yes, you. And where are you from? Yes, Ahmed, I saw. You're from Canada. How come your name is Ahmed? Are your parents from somewhere else? Or did your parents just like the name? I'm 17. You're 17, really? Okay. I would guess you're like 11 or 12. Can't tell you. Okay, so I'm right. Okay, got it. Can't tell me because you'd get kicked off of YouTube because you should be on YouTube Kids. I understand, don't worry. No, yes, yes. I know you don't look, I know. Me 13. See, Ahmed is honest. I wonder, like, I think there's just a lot of kids in general on YouTube. So I think the algorithm gets a bit confused with who to recommend certain content to. Like, this is definitely not content for anybody under 18. But for some reason, I get people under 18 here all the time. Hey, Ellebeck. I speak Spanish. I don't. No hablo español. Lo siento. Yeah, not much, Ellebeck. Just updating people on what's been happening. What about you? What you been up to? Want to hear? I don't think I can. I can see though. Yes, want to see that. this is a more accurate statement. Sure. Hola. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, I've actually I take back my previous statement of saying you're 11. I'm now going to assume you are 9. Yeah, this is definitely not content for kids. I don't know, like maybe it's just because I haven't been doing the business stuff as like religiously as usual. But yeah, it's really just not made for anybody under 18. We don't swear a lot here or talk about like weird stuff often, but just like what interest do you have in business, you know? Like why would you do you have Snapchat? Yes, but I am obligated not to talk one-on-one with anybody who is under 18. So, I will not be giving you my Snapchat. Actually, do I even still have it? I think I deleted my account a couple months ago. I think it would help to have business-oriented tags in your description. I have on my channel. So the algorithm should know where to categorize me. It does, like, from the recommendations that I have seen it provide, it does put me on pages with business-related content. I think it's just that the shorts algorithm isn't as refined, and it doesn't really show the content to, like, specific niches. At least from what I've noticed, because we get people from all sorts of parts of like the world and different walks of life here. We do get a lot of programmers though. I think it just gets kind of confused sometimes. I have had like a few people here who were like 12, 13 who watched quite a lot of the streams. So maybe it just gets confused. It's like, well, these kids are watching it, so maybe these ones would. I have no idea. Could also be people like not putting in their birthday as what it actually is, so the algorithm doesn't actually know how old they are and stuff like that. Please for what? Messi or Ronaldo? I don't watch football. I really couldn't care less about football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. I'm like so detached from anything sports related or any internet drama or celebrity life or anything because I'm so focused on my own life. I just don't care about other people's lives, you know? I care about my own. Did you play COD? I don't. I don't play anything anymore. Like I love video games, but I haven't had the time to sit down and play something for a very, very long time now because I'm extremely busy all the time. I just can't do it. And whenever I do anything except work, I feel horrible because I feel like I'm wasting my time. It kind of sucks. That's what happens when you put yourself into a position like this where you're running out of money. And if you don't make the business work, you're going to have to go live on the street. Don't have much time. You speak French? No, I don't. King Kong or Godzilla? Now you're asking the real questions. That's better. I like that. Shit, I don't know. I really haven't. The only movies I remember from like a really long time ago, like the original King Kong movie, and I can't say original Godzilla movies because I haven't seen the ones from like the 60s or 70s or whatever they are. I probably like the King Kong movie I saw more than the other one, but it's been so long I just genuinely don't even remember anymore. OG King Kong was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it as a kid, but I really don't remember much anymore. I feel the same way as soon as I hit 18. Reality hit. Yep, it's rough. What's up from Uzbekistan? You might be the first person from Uzbekistan that I've ever talked to. Do you have any wisdom to... What's the right word? For some reason, I want to say like bethrow, but that sounds wrong. Bestow. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Do you have any knowledge or wisdom to bestow upon me? Ripping the T-Rex open, bro. I don't remember that even. Like I haven't seen those movies in like years, and they did not leave a lasting impression. That's the Uzbekistan flag. I feel like I've never seen it. It kind of looks like Colgate toothpaste, like you'd see in the ads. What languages do you speak? I speak Lithuanian. I speak English. That's it. Central Asia. Yeah, I know where it is, but yeah, I just haven't spoken to anybody from there. Best comparison. Yeah, it really does look like that. Maybe I should even pull up a picture. It looks very refreshing. Let me see if I can get a good picture of it. What's your mind blow up for? That's kind of it. It's not an amazing picture, but you'll get the idea. Here. This is exactly what it looks like. Here. It's exactly the same. Good job, brain. I actually remember that spot on. I'm the first one because nobody really watches English videos and lives. You'd be surprised though. I mean, I get a lot of people from that part of the world. We get a lot of people from India here, from Pakistan. Some from like very Eastern Asia as well. You made my day. Well, I'm glad. Hold on, if you're from Uzbekistan, isn't it like probably like what, like 3 a.m. right now? Why are you awake? Go to bed. Let me check because I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass. It's 1 a.m. 1:20. Yeah, it's late. Your ass needs to go to bed. When I typed in Uzbekistan into my Google Images, this place looks more like fucking Egypt in the movies than Egypt does. Like, you know what I mean? This kind of looks like a movie set. It's kind of cool. I have school at 8:30. How old are you? What year are you in? Looks like a very pretty place. Hmm. Is it safe over there? What's the crime rate like? Check Tashkent. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks a lot more industrial. Not as cool though. The suburbs look much cooler. 17, 11th tier. Oh, okay, nice. Me 13. I know, you mentioned it. I remember. I don't have a fish memory. Did you know fish actually don't have a few second memory? That was a lie that we were told in school. I mean, this picture literally just looks like a map from City Skylines. Look at this shit. This just looks like city skylines. This is a render, right? There's no way this is a picture. This has to be a, yeah, digital rendering. That's why it looks like that. Okay. Makes sense. It's one of the safest countries, very strict rules. There's not much freedom, so people can't do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and so on. I mean, doesn't that, I mean, in my opinion, that kind of makes it a dangerous place, because if you say something you're not allowed to say and you get in trouble, that kind of makes it dangerous, doesn't it? I don't want to go to jail for something I said. It's not real. Yeah, I noticed. Many of my friends played City Skylines, and one of my friends tried paying off a loan with another loan. Yeah, that in real life, that doesn't work too well, I'll tell you that. It's one of those things you don't really need to experience. You can just infer that it's a horrible idea. You look like a balding Conrad. I'm not balding, bro. I just have a mature hairline. I have a very full head of hair. Look, there's no bald spots anywhere. Not like you could see under here anyway. My head is very pink. I might start balding, but I don't think it's happening yet. I've always had like a little bit of hair missing from here. Like I still have hair there. It's just very light. But it's kind of always been like that. Maybe it's a little worse than it was a couple of years ago. But I think it's just my hairline is kind of like that. Although who knows, like, you know, balding hits you like a fucking truck. Sometimes it just starts and it starts going back quick. So maybe I should look into it. Start preventative treatment before it's too late. I don't know if this message was sent by BX because the internet doesn't work properly. Sometimes messages don't get sent because YouTube censors them. And I have no control over that because my moderation is set to none. It just doesn't send certain messages through sometimes. Sometimes I can still see them on my OBS overlay, but it doesn't send in chat. And if I miss it in the OBS overlay, then I just miss it. Hey, Osama. What's up? Man, I'm so hungry. Like, I've been dealing with this problem recently because of the stress where I can't eat properly. Whenever I'm really stressed, I really struggle to eat. Like, I get hungry, but whenever I try to eat, I feel extremely ill. And I can't. It's so weird to be hungry, but feel like throwing up the more you eat. It really sucks. What stresses me out is Trump avoiding the release of the Epstein files. Wasn't there a bunch of documents that were released recently? They're not the files, but there were like some stuff. I mean, I personally don't give a shit because it doesn't really affect me much. Like, look, say every single person is on the list and they're all pedophiles. What's going to change? Probably nothing. If people are so concerned about it now, then they would take action now. They wouldn't need the confirmation. So I really don't think it's going to change anything. I often see your live streams, but actually I don't have clarity on why you're doing. So can you please tell me the projects you try or what's going on? Yeah, it's recently, like, I haven't been doing much. Basically, I'm building a digital marketing agency. We have a service where we run, like, we do like a complete client acquisition system for home service businesses. So we'd run their Facebook ads, build their landing pages on their website. We do their email marketing and everything to try and get them booked appointments with good leads so they can get more sales. So right now we're in the middle of an ad campaign. We have like 11 leads. We launched the ad campaign around a week ago, I think now. We have about 11 leads. We have 2 booked calls. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, we're kind of in like the last stages of it now. So we built out our offer, built our website, learned all of the skills we need to have and everything. Now it's just the part of like, okay, now we need to get clients. We have the service, now we need the clients. And then we will need to worry about how we're going to deliver the service. So right now it's the getting clients part. So just working all of my time on that pretty much. I haven't been doing it much on live stream because I'm like running out of money and time. So I've been really conscious of my time recently. I've also been dealing with a lot of personal problems, so I'm kind of stressed dealing with that on top of everything too. So you're doing the business solo? Yes. I have done everything from scratch. You have no idea how much shit I've learned at this point. Like I know as much as like a whole marketing team at this point. I know how to do copywriting, email marketing, how to build websites, how to connect shit to like certain backends and client relationship management softwares and stuff like that. I know how to do some automations. I know how to do a little bit of programming. I know how to use AI. I know, what else do I know? I know how to run Facebook ads. I know how to build sales funnels. I just know how to do so much at this point. So it's been a long journey. Now it's just putting it all together and getting it to work. That's the last step. Hi, hello. Great job, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. But it's not going to be a great job until it's a finished job. We have 28 days remaining to get this done. Just $2,000. That's all I need. Which is literally one sale. Because the service we're selling is 6,000. So that's if we get it sold without downsells. Love the dedication. It's been brutal. You have no, like, you could see some of the older streams, especially some of the short ones. You'll see how, like, no matter how hard my day was, so far, I have still been doing this every single day since I started. I've streamed for 62 days straight. Even on the days where I had horrible days, I still streamed for at least 10 minutes to, like, bring everyone up to speed on what's happening. Yes, I live stream every day. Usually at around 3 p.m. Central Eastern European time, which is like 8 hours-ish before this. But recently I've been live streaming late just because I've been busy during the day. I need to change up my schedule. I might start doing morning streams instead. I kind of like doing it in the middle of the day though, because it hits everybody, right? Because people in America are waking up, and in Asia it's not that late yet, and then in Europe it's like middle of the day. So pretty much everybody can watch if I stream in the middle of the day. So it's great the amount of things you learn doing something yourself. Yeah, like you learn so much because you have to. You're forced to. I'm such a different person than I was a year ago. Ever since I started doing this, I have changed so much. I've learned so much. I feel like at this point, going back to a normal life would be weird. So I really hope this works out. We'll find out soon when I run out of money. I have literally about a month left of money to get through. And if we don't make any sales, then I'm cooked and I will have failed. And I will have to go back to my old job, start again, or get a new job, start again, save up money for a couple of years, and then I'll probably quit and try again. But I'll stop the live streams anyway. I actually wonder sometimes, like, whether I win or lose, what am I gonna do with the live streaming? Like, well, no, actually, it's just if I win. If I lose, I have to stop. So that's kind of easy to do. But what will I do if I win? Because I don't want to keep doing this indefinitely. I like streaming, but I don't like streaming exactly this every day. I'd rather be doing something else. I have a little bit of variety. So when I make the 2,000 a month, I don't really know what I'm gonna do next. Like, do I just stop? Because the reason I started this is not because I care much about building a big audience on YouTube. I don't really care. This is a side project for me because I thought it'd be really cool to have a series where somebody actually starts a business from scratch for their first time and makes it work and makes money. And I live stream and show everything that I did, everything I learned, the process, all the documents I've made and everything. I thought it'd be really cool to have in the YouTube ecosystem. So that's kind of why I did it. But I don't really know what I would do next. That's all I wanted to do. Like, the channel might just become dead afterwards. It's software building field. It's been like a month. We have an idea and still didn't take any action. So I think I'll get some inspiration from your journey. Man, I really feel that. Let me tell you, speed is significantly more important than perfection. And don't worry so much about the idea. When it comes to building software, though, let me tell you, a mistake a lot of software developers make, because I've talked to quite a lot of them now, because it seems like these streams get recommended to a lot of software devs. By the way, shameless promotion, I have a Discord. You can find it in my YouTube profile at the top. It's one of the links. We have a lot of programmers in there, so you might be able to talk to some for ideas if you want. Maybe some of them will reply. But yeah, one big mistake that they make is they try to make something that's way above what they should. Like, for example, they try to recreate a software which already exists, including all of the breadth of the features of that software. Kind of like, take something like, I don't know, what's an example of a software? Like Photoshop. Like, I've met some web devs which are just like, yep, I'm just building Photoshop. But Photoshop already exists. There's no point in building an app which is exactly the same as an app that already exists, which is already making billions of dollars, which has a massive team behind it, because you're just going to get fucking squashed. So what you need to do if you want to have a successful piece of software is you need to really, really hone in on a USP, a unique selling point. So what makes you different, why somebody should choose you, and use your software to solve one very specific problem for one very specific person. If you try to do too many things and you try to go too broad and include too much functionality, you're just going to fall flat against the people that are already beating you at it. I can give you an example of that. Take something like Wix Studio, a website builder. Now, you can build whatever websites you want pretty much on it, right? It's got all of the features that you need. You can do a lot with it. But then you take a look at something like Perspective Funnels, right? Perspective Funnels is a web builder as well. But all they do is they created a system where you can easily create funnels, like landing pages with some questionnaires and submission forms. And they make it extremely easy to do. And they focus on that. And guess what? It's basically Wix with, significantly like 10 times fewer features, and they're charging like 5 times more. because they're solving one specific problem and they can market the solution to that one specific problem. So that's just to give you some um, possibly some help and some tips for building apps. Don't spread yourself too thin by trying to do too much. Pick one problem, one thing that makes you stand out, and solve it for a specific type of person. What's good? How are you, man? Just, chilling, updating people on how the journey's been going. How about you? Yeah, makes sense. Yep. Yeah, it does. It's easier to solve a problem that would benefit you. Yeah. I thought about a funny problem to solve recently that I was having. Dog bags? Pretty much everybody that I know, including myself, has like a little holder for the dog bags, like the poop bags, where we put them in. And you cannot... While I'm eating. Sorry. So you put the rolls in, but then you can't easily see visually when the rolls are about to run out. So sometimes what happens is you go outside, you don't realize you're on the last one, you pull it, and your dog shits like 2 or 3 times, and now you're fucked, you're out of bags. So I thought you could literally just make a dog bag, a poop bag company, where your only unique selling point is the last 3 bags are a different color from the rest. So you can identify when they're about to run out. It's such a tiny thing that you're solving for people, but I guarantee that if people knew that existed over the other one and they were the same price, every single person will start buying from you instead. Because it's just the other thing but better. So there's always ways to improve everything. Thanks for the friendly advice. Yeah, no problem. Bro, please play Roblox. No, I will not. I don't play games. I don't know what you expect from me. I don't know what you want me to do. I have a channel where I used to play games when I was like 16, 17. I really wanted to play Silksong. I actually took a day off. Well, half a day off to try and play Silksong when it came out. But because it crashed the entire Steam page, I waited for like 2.5 hours trying to just download it. And at the end, I just cut my losses and stopped. And I took it as a sign from God that I shouldn't be playing games right now. So whatever. What can you do? Life goes on. It kills me because I've been waiting for that game for 6 years. So the fact that I can't play it and it's like in my Steam library now, it's painful. I don't even think I would enjoy playing it, to be honest, because I'd be so stressed about the fact that I should be doing work instead. Yeah, that you need Jesus moment, yeah. I also sometimes wonder, like, I don't really know what I'm doing in life. And I wonder if that's ever going to change. Because I think to myself sometimes, like, oh man, if I just had some money, all of my problems would be gone. But they really wouldn't be. Like, I've thought about it recently. I'm like, look, if I did actually make a sale for like 6 grand, or let's say hypothetically I make like 2 sales in a day for 12,000, and I would see the money in my bank account, I feel like I would just feel numb. Like, I don't think I would feel anything. I wouldn't be happy at all. So it makes me wonder, like, what am I actually missing in my life? Maybe it's not the money that I care about. Maybe I need more social interaction. Maybe I need more friends. Maybe I need a better purpose. I'm really not sure. Marriage. Yeah, that's on the list, but it doesn't seem enough for me. Like, I look forward to having kids. That's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. And I need money for that. But I still feel like it's not enough. Like, I don't know what I'm missing. I genuinely don't know. It's kind of like sad. I'm like, I feel like I have pretty much everything that I have wanted already, but it feels like it's not enough. So it's depressing. Like, I have a nice place to live. I live in a beautiful country. I have a beautiful girlfriend who obeys me. I have what, like, I have a dog. I have what the only thing I don't have is kids. But even just having kids, would it really change my life much? It'd make it more stressful, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm missing excitement. Just need to do more, maybe. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow. Need to sleep now. Okay, good night. Nice to see you here. Feel purpose in this lifetime. Yeah, it's really hard to know what your purpose is. Sometimes I think that my purpose is to just repopulate as much as possible. Like, just have as many girlfriends as I can and just have as many kids as I can. Kind of want to do that sometimes. Bye, Ahmed. But it also just feels like I don't know if it would be fulfilling. Like, I would feel fulfilled at the fact that I know that there's so many people out there that are like me and that I've raised. But I still don't know if that would be enough. My purpose is to help those that are in the same crappy place I came from. I really want to do that as well, but my issue is I don't know how. Like, I really want to help people live life more like me, because I think I have a pretty decent grasp on life. I may be young, and obviously my mind will still develop and change, but I feel like I just don't really know how to explain what it's like. Like, there's a certain level as to where you can share your expertise and your wisdom in certain areas of life. But how do you connect it into one coherent thing that you can teach people? Because everybody's lives are so different and everybody goes through very different processes in what helps them. It's kind of like I'd want to be more of like a therapist. But I don't want to give people medication because I think that that's bullshit. I want to be like I want you to fix your life therapist, not take these meds so you can escape your life. I believe I know what you're missing, religion. Maybe. I've been like back and forth with religion for a while. I don't think that I can ever be religious. I understand religion as a concept and I understand God as a concept, but I can never believe that it's real in the sense of being a real entity. I believe in God as a real force because it has a real effect on people. So therefore, by, direct comparison, it is a real thing because it has real effects. But I can't see it as a separate entity. I see God as basically me personifying my own thoughts so that I can try to reason with myself to come up with answers I may not understand. It's basically outsourced thinking. The concept of God, in my opinion, is just a moral compass in place to limit the destructiveness of the human mind. And I can't not see it that way. Because I would have to delude myself into believing otherwise. Religion is a full-time job, whilst your full-time job is a part-time job. I like that definition. It's definitely true for religion, I think. Yeah, I've had discussions about this before with a couple of people, that I genuinely believe that God as a concept for humanity was created as a way to limit our own power. Like, and what I mean, I believe that, let's say, look, let me start from the beginning. Take the concept of souls. I believe that human beings have souls, and our souls are what make us human. It's basically our consciousness, our ability to think and to create and to build. Kind of like they talk about in the scriptures of like, God can create anything, can build anything. I believe that we all have this piece of like God inside of us, which allows us to create and build and whatever else. And we call that a soul. To me, that's what I believe a soul is. And that's why humans are the only ones that have a soul, because we're the only ones that can create. So, And I don't just mean children, I mean like build things. So I believe that God is a concept to limit the power of our soul. Our soul is limitless. We can create and build anything. So we needed God as a way to limit how far we take that power. So essentially what I'm saying is God is like a moral compass that sits as like a threshold of don't go over here, don't go over this limit because you're going to destroy yourselves. So to give you an explanation of that, I saw this thing recently online where they're trying to make babies out of like 2 sperm cells. That is godless behavior. That is disgusting, degenerate, shouldn't happen. I refuse to believe that it's possible that any single one of those scientists that are working on that would be religious or believe in God. And that is why I think that God is important for humanity. We need to believe that something out there is judging us and judging our lives so that we don't destroy ourselves with our own capabilities because we can do too much. We need limits. So that's what I believe that God is. God is the morality which governs our power, which we have invented for ourselves. And I believe that all of the prophets were, in fact, very intelligent people who were trying to pass on this message so in a way that the average person could understand. Because I think that the average person wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying as a concept. They would need to believe in God as being a separate entity, a supernatural entity, which does in fact govern their lives. Whereas I don't believe that. To me, I am actively, consciously outsourcing my thinking to a different part of my consciousness. And I know that it's not real, but it also still helps me. And I don't think that most people can understand it this way. Not that there's anything like better or worse about that. I just think that it's easier when you make it an actual like existing entity. It's easier for people to grasp. And I think that that's what the prophets were trying to pass on. Could be wrong. It's my interpretation, but whatever. I see it the same way. I believe it's a great set of guidelines on how you could live your life. Yeah, I'm going to make like Moses and Split. Take care, guys. See ya. You think it's still relevant in the same way today as opposed to the past? I think it's always very important. Like I used to rip a lot on religion because it's also what causes the majority of disagreements and wars in the world. But I think it's an extremely important concept for humanity to have. I think that we can evolve beyond it, but it would take a lot for that to happen. I think that religion is the only key to possibly having any sort of peace amongst all of humanity. It's difficult for me to imagine it would ever happen, but if I were to come up with a hypothetical situation where I would assume that total peace against all humans in all parts of the world were possible, I think the only way it would be possible is through a unified religion. So I think religion is important for our development as humans. I think that possibly what might happen is we will reach another stage. Like, this is kind of more like, it's not really like a theory or something I believe strongly, but it was a concept I was kind of toying with recently, which I thought would be fairly interesting, which is that what if our civilization is the penultimate civilization? Because we have social media, which connected the entire world. So I was saying, what if the next time all of humanity gets destroyed again? Like we have another war, world war, which collapses all of society and we have to rebuild from scratch. I think that social media would be one of the first things that we would want to rebuild so that we stay connected with the entire world. And because we would do that so early and everything would be in such primitive like state, maybe we would all together develop with one religion as opposed to several religions like we have through all of history. So maybe upon the destruction of our current civilization, we might reach a civilization where we have significantly more peace than we've ever had before because of the fact that we now know how to connect the entire world together. And if we connect the entire world together and we break it all down to the very bottom and we build it all together up from the bottom to the top, I think that's the only possible way we can be unified and come up with the same laws, the same moral codes, the same religion, and having that would make it so that we have peace. But this is very far-fetched thinking. I just think it's a nice concept to consider. I don't think that would actually happen, but I think it's not impossible. But I think if in the hypothetical where I assume that there has to be some way to make peace, I think that that's the only way. I see you're smart. I love the idea that you have your own thoughts and you know just following. Yeah, I mean, I don't like when people just follow whatever everybody else says. Everybody needs to make up their mind about everything themselves. I'm back. Welcome back. As a reply to your friendly advice a couple of minutes ago about software, I advise you to read about the concept of God and prophet and live by the perspective of Islam. Yeah, I mean, everybody always mentions their own religion. I'm just not real. I don't think I'm in the state of life right now where I want to look into religion. It's probably something that I would study eventually and see if I can piece together something from it. But I just don't think that I want to do it right now. The thing that, you know what kind of bothers me about religion is that most of the people that I've spoken to about religion, the reason I don't like their understanding of the world and the fact that they use religion as a crux for everything is that they don't have their own thoughts. I respect the people who are religious but still make up their own mind about what to do a lot more than the people who just follow the religion. In my opinion, you can explain almost any moral dilemma logically. In my opinion, I believe that, look, this is the only thing pretty much that's constant across all living beings, is that our goal is to reproduce and to further our own species. The only thing that's consistent, pretty much, the only idea that's consistent across all living beings is furthering your own race and repopulating. So I believe that every single moral decision can be logically explained in a way that ties back to either the concept of reproduction and furthering our own race and species, or your own selfish needs as a person. So whenever I think about morality, because some people would say like, well, how do you know what's right and wrong without religion? Well, that's how I know it, because to me, it's like, what would be the best thing for my species or for me? And in my opinion, the species should always come first, but I leave a little bit of room of navigation here. But anyway, it's pretty much always determines like, okay, what's good for me and what's good for humanity, and those are the two things that I base my morality off of. So, for example, why is murder wrong? Well, murder is wrong because you are actively harming your ability to further your own species because you're killing one of them. Now, there are cases where murder is good. That's another thing that I would argue, is that if you kill somebody who would have killed more people, then that is a moral action. And I believe that I have yet to come across something that I couldn't explain by tying back to this concept. There could be. Maybe I just haven't thought about it enough. But I find it interesting. And the reason I don't like that people rely on religion is because they just believe something because it was said, not because they actually believe it or understand why they are doing it. And I think that that's lazy thinking. You can be religious and still decide for yourself whether something is good or is not good. I think blindly following religion is lazy thinking. Hello, hey, Sanal. What were you saying about software? I was just talking about how to market software. I was saying that basically a lot of developers make this problem where they try too hard to make something that's already there. Like they try to create something which has a load of features and they're trying to basically copy what somebody way above them is already doing, and it's stupid. If you want to build a good software which sells, you need to focus on one specific problem, have something that makes you unique from any other software, and solve it for a specific type of person. And I gave a comparison between web builders and something like perspective funnels. Web builders can let you build whatever website you want. Perspective funnels let you build just sales funnels. So just a landing page with qualification forms and whatever else that connect to your backend. And they're extremely easy to use. So because they focused on one specific problem and for one specific person, which is agencies. Well, no, actually, I think they're more broad now. But they do have a lot of focus on agencies too. But because they focus on that, they're basically a web builder with 10 times less features, but they're charging 5 times more than the web builder. Because of what I said. Because they have a unique selling point. They focused on one problem and they were selling it at some point to one person. Now it's more broad. But the one problem and the unique selling point are extremely important for software. It's something that almost every single programmer seems to get wrong from all of them I've talked to. I've talked to a lot of programmers at this point because so many come to these streams. So almost every single one fails to understand this concept. So about freedom in Uzbekistan, you said that it is dangerous because people may say something you're not supposed to say, but the thing is that you can talk about whatever you want, but not on the internet. Yeah, well, I think that that's a problem. It's good that the violent crime rate is low, but I think that there's still, I think freedom is important. I don't understand anything about this. Sorry. Yeah, we have serious streams here. Sorry. If you were looking for gaming or something, you're in the wrong place. It's almost at 0. Well, that's great. But I would be concerned more so about the incarceration rate. Because if I went to Uzbekistan, I would definitely go to jail. So I would be very upset. I'm from Germany. Oh, nice. We met a few Germans here before. Can't believe I've been going for so long, actually. I'm going to call it a day. I was actually only going to come in here for like 10 minutes. Ended up having some interesting conversations. I need to go because it's 11 o'clock and I need to sleep. Even not every police have guns. In Ireland, no police have guns. Only the special forces do. Same in the UK, I think. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Happy to see you all. It's nice to get like a different audience. Because I'm streaming at a different time. So getting a bunch of different people. What chat are you reading? I can't see the messages of the other people. Because there is a Twitch stream as well, and then a YouTube horizontal stream as well. The reason I do both is because the short stream gets pushed to more people, but I like the horizontal one, personally. Yeah, you could see like in the bottom corner here, you could see all the chats come up. Oh wait, you're on the short stream, you can't see it. Never mind. On the horizontal stream, you can see all of the messages here. You from UK or from US? Neither. Try to guess where I'm from. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, because I don't put it there because the way the shorts chat comes up is like in the center. It scrolls up. So if I put like an extra chat here and it would start repeating messages, it'd get a bit confusing. Nope, not America. I'm not from an English-speaking country. I am not a native English speaker. A lot of people get surprised by that. You're like Yuri Borisov? Who's that? You think I look like this guy? Really? I don't see the resemblance personally. Ukrainian or Russian? Nope. Do you think that because of how I pronounced Borisov? You do. Well, he looks like a handsome man, so he looks like somebody that could play Agent 47. Face shape eyes. All right, I'll take it. Croatia. Nope. I doubt you will guess. Nope. Not Serbia. Starts with L. Just my opinion. Yeah. It's always hard to like evaluate yourself. So you could be right. Is it a Slovak country? Nope. Yes, Europe. I come again. Well, you should. I thought you said you're going to bed. Letland. Litauen. Nope. I don't know what that even is. What's up, my boy? What's up? What's good, G? Be right back. I'll search for European countries. Yes, I know, but I can't. Why? Are you much of an investor? No, because I'm broke as fuck. I have no money. I have about 3 grand left. And my rent is due soon. It starts with an L and it's in the EU, yes. Luxembourg, no. They're gonna get there eventually. There's not a lot of L countries. Not Love Island. Lithuania, he got it. There he is. Is rent high where you live? Nah, not that much. So, bro, what are you working on? Well, we're doing a digital marketing agency from scratch, but recently I haven't really been doing much on stream because I've been very busy. So, it's been a little while. Which land? Lithuania. That is where I'm from. It is a Baltic country. I want to learn that. Learn what? How to build the digital marketing agency. I have 62 streams prior to this, brother. You're welcome to start at stage 1. What's that in German? I don't know. Lituanica? Let me see. Oh, Litauen. Oh, so you did say it. Okay. That's what it is in German. 62. Yeah, it's like over 100 hours of content. So good luck. I was actually planning on making like breakdown videos where I turn each stream into like a 10-minute video just summarizing the main lesson in it. But I have no fucking time. I actually am in the middle of like I was in the middle of making one. It's like 67% done or something. And I just had to stop because it was taking too much of my time. I have to focus on this. Maybe, you know what, maybe I will do that when I'm finished. Maybe I will, when I make the money, maybe I will stop streaming and just start making the summary videos on the, to put on the main YouTube page. Maybe I'll do that. I could make like 2 videos a week like that. Or maybe 1 a week. I'd still have to be, you know, running my business at that point. Can you use Google Translate, please? It's the Litauen. You said it. That's where it is. I just didn't know that that was it in English, in German. Hair's getting so long. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. I gotta go to sleep, man. It's late. So, thanks everybody for watching. Happy to have you all here. Nice to see new faces around here because I'm streaming at a completely different time than usual. I usually stream at 3 p.m. CEST, Madrid time. But my schedule's been kind of iffy, so I might not stream at 3 tomorrow. It might be around this time again. I have no idea. I need to rework my schedule. Wait. For what? What am I waiting for? This better be good. What is your name? My name is on my YouTube channel. It's my full name. My full government birth given name is my YouTube channel. You think I would come up with something so retarded to use as a name if it wasn't my name? If it didn't hold some kind of significance? There's a lot better things I could come up with. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with it, so yes. Anyway, that's it. Bye.